What's up, Planeswalkers? Theoric 6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena, and let's just jump into some more Nicol Bolas games. I can't wait until Kaladesh comes out tomorrow. Sadly, probably going to have a lot of downtime, which is why I'm recording this early, just so that I make sure you guys have a video bright and early tomorrow. I'm going up against Shin Ian X. Depending on when the update finishes and when I get back from the grocery store, because I have chores to do, I might throw up a bonus video. Speaking of videos, I was trying to figure out if I wanted to make another Bolas deck, or make another Bolas deck, make another Bolas video. Field of Ruin makes things weird, but I do have Hieroglyphic. I will keep this because we're going second, we'll draw. But we can cycle the Hieroglyphic. Alright, probably Vampires. We don't need to cycle early. Probably play this, get a swamp with it. I was thinking about whether or not I should make another Bolas video, or if I should do a budget deck, essentially. And the decks I was thinking about doing were Merfolk, Vampires, and Explore, because all three of those decks are fairly easy to make, right? I have, like, all of the cards, at least most of the cards, for all three of those decks. And I have not crafted for any of them, right? So I was trying to figure out if that's something I wanted to do, and I decided against it. And the reason I decided against it is because no one asked for it. And those, other than the Explore deck, I do like the Explore deck in general. But other than the Explore deck, I don't really care necessarily about playing those decks, insofar as I'm not going to go out of my way to do so. This, as you can probably tell, is probably not Vampires. That's my guess, at least. Maybe it's Esper that hasn't had blue yet? I don't know. But if you guys do want to see more... They wouldn't have been added to the rotation, for what it's worth. If anyone would like to see more... just one-off decks, budget decks or whatnot, let me know. Because I'm fine playing 4 decks constantly because I love these decks. They're awesome. And it'll probably be 5 soon. I think there are some decks in Kaladesh I want to toy around with, like actually playing and adding to the rotation. So here we have a choice between Doomfall and holding up for Supreme Will. I really like the idea of holding up for Supreme Will. The problem is my opponent will probably Thematic Compass. So I think I'm going to Doomfall. Yeah, I think I'm going to Doomfall and essentially hope that that was my opponent's plan. What the heck? Well, I'm getting rid of that. And they are out of lands for what it's worth. This is interesting. I assume I'm going to get Doomfall, yeah. Probably would take Supreme Will or Hieroglyphic. They took the Bolas. They have a Vraska's Contempt. I don't actually think that was correct to do. Huh, interesting. This is a weird deck. I will cycle this. Not cycle. Do I want a red source? Not really. They're not really playing creatures. It doesn't seem. So I think I'm fine getting the other black. That might be wrong, but I have no reason. Oh, that is an instant, I guess. I have no reason to use that right now. Oh, cool. So now I can hold up Hieroglyphic as well. I assume my opponent's going to end the turn Thematic. They cast Dark Bargain. Interesting. I think this is fine, right? I think I want to use Supreme Will to try and counter something I actually care about, and I don't think I actually care about them drawing cards. The other must have been small. I was very confused. Alright, I'll go ahead and... do I want to draw land? The percentages are super low for this to matter. But I think I would rather draw land, which, like, technically cracking the second means that I have a very slightly better chance of getting a basic, but looks like they're gonna Dark Bargain again? Sure. I'm just gonna be rude. We have one red source there. I did take 1 hour out, so I think I'm gonna get another blue source. Let's see what they put in the graveyard. Alright, Wizard's Retort is awesome, especially since they don't know that it's there. They do have Vraskas. And since there's nothing in the graveyard, there's not really a reason for me to Scarab God yet. So I think right now we're just in a holding pattern. As kind of unfortunate as that is. If you notice how sticky my the cards in hand are, apparently that's one of the quality of life changes that are coming in the update. It seems that they're making the hand selection a little bit better, because like right now it's like super sticky and they're changing the hitboxes. I'm wondering how many Lich's Mastery my opponent is running and what other win con they have. I'd like this to be over here. They have 3 mana up, but they don't have Wizard's Retort mana up. Go away. Alright, cool, Submerged Boneyard. And they still know about Supreme Will, but yeah, I mean, I think this is still a holding pattern. The biggest problem that the Bolas deck faces is that against other control decks, it usually loses, which is insane because we have Nicol Bolas, only the best Planeswalker ever. So this will... Sure, I don't actually care about that turning into new Maze of Ith. My opponent is on 7? Yeah. I'm trying to think of like other cards that might help the Bolas deck, and I might end up turning it a little bit more into like a Torrential Gearhulk type deck. Still obviously running Nicol Bolas, but not entirely sure. Do I want to use Supreme Will? No, not really. Oh, look, it's Nicol Bolas. I can cast Nicol Bolas. The problem is, my opponent just has a Vraska. Or Vraska's Contempt, I should say. So what I want to do is get them to use Vraska's Contempt on the Scarab God. Only 2 Doomfalls have been cast. My opponent does have 2 more Doomfalls, most likely. And they're almost at half of their deck. If I cast Scarab God, I won't be able to hold up Supreme Will. This is a predicament. Additionally, I could just, like, steal something from them. That's just not... This is not great value, right? Like, that's not how I'm gonna win with Bolas. But I don't have the ability to just commit Scarab God. If I draw 1 more land, I can easily commit Scarab God. They can't Lich's Mastery for a little while. So I think this is fine. Yeah, I think waiting another turn, I'm hoping I get another untap source. Just so I can make their mana situation awkward, having Supreme Will up as well. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Not convinced that we're in a great spot. This really is where Bolas is the weakest, is against other control decks, especially kind of strange ones. Yeah, that's fine. In the update post that they have on the Arena forums, they discuss the best of 3 quick constructed, and it was just as I predicted. It's essentially what it looks like, at least, is like they took quick constructed and then they just doubled the price and kind of doubled the rewards as well. And you only need 3 wins or 2 wins. Crap, so 2 wins or 3 wins? I don't remember. Interesting. So they did that on their turn. Is this end of turn? Ah, okay. That's why. Wait, no. They didn't have to do that. It would have... Oh, they wanted to get the extra mana out of it. That's fine. Sure. But, I mean, that's almost never going to matter. Because they're probably going to kill my Scarab God, is my guess. They do have to discard. Discard 2 lands anyway. Interesting. So now I'm pretty sure I just want a Champion of Wits. I also... I don't think I need to use Field of Ruin anytime soon, so... I'd like to use it colorless. Let's see what I draw. And essentially getting my opponent to use removal on my Champion of Wits would be great. Okay. This is important, and I learned a lesson earlier. This will make it so I don't draw cards, and I still have to discard 2, because the Champion of Wits will use last known information, and when this goes to the graveyard, it will have 0 power and -1 toughness. If this happens to you, do not draw with Champion of Wits. If they kill it with like a cast down, that's fine, because it doesn't modify the power. This does. Do not make the same mistakes I did. And I'm fine letting the resolve. I don't need to get the Supreme Will value, because no, thank you. Because I can cast this next turn, which I would also be fine with, right? The name of the game for me is running out my opponent's answers, and they are on 5 cards in hand, one of which I know, or 6 cards, excuse me. I got confused with 2 of them being revealed. With one I know being a swamp, so I'm curious as to what my opponent is going to like do endgame wise. Gone through a little bit more of their deck than I have. Sure. I mean, this is super easy turn for me, right? Because I can just cast Champion of Wits. I'm tapping down, and I said it's something I wanted to not do with Scarab God. I don't care nearly as much if Champion of Wits gets messed up. That said, my opponent could cast something like an enchantment that I would have a difficulty dealing with. I hate everything. If they cast Lich's Mastery, which I can't like actually highlight anymore, which I don't know if that's intended, but I can't like put it to the side to check things at the same time. That costs 6 mana. So if they cast that, they do have enough mana to pay for Supreme Will anyway. And since that's like the card that I don't want them to have, then I think I am fine doing this. Because like I can't stop them from playing Lich's Mastery, so. Dude, use your Vraska's Contempt on this, please. Cool. I'm keeping Bontu's. Golden Demise is easy to get rid of here. I think Magma Spray is too. And then I can play Canyon Slough. Yeah. Probably have to discard the other Magma Spray, I think. Like, I don't think my opponent's going to be running that many creatures. And I am keeping Bontu's up. Or not up, but I'm keeping Bontu's. I'll discard Magma Spray. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all of the modifications that they're allegedly making in terms of quality of life things. Yeah, so this is probably Lich's Mastery here. Yep. Sure. And he does Vraska's. Cool. And so I'll play lands. I now have 5, 9. I guess I will just Bolas it up. And +2? Does this keep the cards exiled?
I have returned, as the prophecies foretold.
Oh, it does. Exile top card 11 until the exile another card. Interesting. So maybe I just deck my opponent?
Mind is an easy thing to waste.
Alright, well. I did get 2 total cards. Alright, so let's see. Ixalan's Binding? Sure. Sure. Does mean I can't play any more Boluses, and I'm probably not going to be able to do anything about that. That said, my opponent still does have to, like, kill me at some point. So I'm curious what their win condition is. Because I'm running a lot of removal. The Scarab God, fine here. Still don't really have any value there, so I think I'm just going to play another Champion of Wits. That will probably destroy Spires at the end of the turn. We'll take that action. Sure. Once again, Golden Demise, don't see a need for it. I don't have either of my Vraskas. Contempts, I should say. But I really don't think I need Hour of Devastation here. An argument could be made for getting rid of Ravenous Chupacabra. Essentially just because I am unlikely to need it. And Hour of Devastation can at least deal 5 damage to a Planeswalker. But I've not seen any Planeswalkers, and something like Karn wouldn't win the game for him. Yeah, I think I'll drop Hour of Devastation here. Go ahead and play a Swamp. 29 cards, opponent's at 28. I have decent amount of mana up. Sorry about me going through things, essentially. But I really just don't see... Yeah, I legitimately don't see how my opponent wins. Because they can have essentially all of the value that they want. They still need to kill me before they deck themselves. Because drawing cards, you know, they'll still deck. Oh, I'm stupid. Never mind. I need to hurt my opponent. Sure, yeah. I forgot that this doesn't say you... This is not Phyrexian Unlife. They can still just have no cards in the deck. The thing is, if somehow they run out of cards, and I don't run out of threats, then I can still beat them in that scenario, so... I'll try to do that, I guess. Yeah, sure, end turn. Sure. And I guess this person is just playing, like, nothing but answers. Yeah, I mean, that has to be it, really. I don't think I have anything to get rid of Ixalan's Binding, sadly. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and blow up your Majesty now. I'm gonna start trying to kill you. Sure. Why even float the mana? I'm going to get a Black Source. I don't think it actually matters. Sure. Down to 21 cards. This might be a one game video. Sure. He does realize he's still gonna have to discard. That's fine. Like, he's gonna have to discard those. I'd love when your opponent's hand gets this large. I would love an indicator of how many cards they have, especially since like that one is like a sliver, right? So it's easy-ish to miss it. So it'd be cool. It's not needed because usually they're going to have to discard down. So let's see. Last one's Moment of Craving. I would like to see what cards they decide to dump. Could give me a hint on what my opponent is playing. Can't believe I'm going to have a 1 GP. I guess they would just keep recycling Sanguine Sacraments? Is my guess. I have another Field of Ruin, which is dope. Can't play Bolas. There's, like, actually nothing that I care about. I might deck myself. Man, that's garbage. I think at this point I will just play Scarab God, because I have another one. And I just want to beat them to death. I think because they probably have another Doomfall that I want, like... Is this a May? Oh, it's a creature opponent controls. Cool, cool. I'll play this tap. Sure, I don't care. I'm not going to need a Field of Ruin immediately. I'll go ahead and play a Chupacabra, just in case they have another Doomfall. I have something to sacrifice. They're at the mana that Supreme Will doesn't counter anything. Supreme Will is possible that I just shouldn't have, and I should just have more hard counters like a Wizard's Retort. They Vraskas, sure. I mean, Vraskas was going to get me at some point anyway. They're down to 11 cards. I need to start doing damage. The sad thing is, right, I want to apologize for this video, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people... Oh... Well, I guess that's how they win. That's lame. Wait, if I have Doomfall, though, they just, like, lose. Unless they have a second one, which they might. Have I cast? I think I'm only running 2 Doomfalls. I've only cast one of them, so I'm absolutely going to try and find a Doomfall. Man, I feel like this game is just really exemplifies the frustration people have with Approach the Second Sun, because this has been 22 minutes of essentially nothing, and it feels terrible to say because this is the content that I'm producing. But man, my opponent's deck is kind of boring. What garbage did they get? So they have to resolve this. Was cast from your hand, and you've cast another spell. So yeah, this has to resolve. How much mana do they have? This costs 7. They have 3, 4, 5, 6. I cannot see how many lands this is. That's not cool. I legitimately can't. I think this is 3 here. I think it's 3, 6, 10, 13. Right. So this is 7. They'll have. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Say they're going to play another land. Right, so they'll have 7 mana. I have 4, 7, 12. So I can definitely counter it. I'm also just going to attack. I think I'm going to hold up Syncopate for as much as I can. Sure. Seal away. I don't actually think that matters. I mean, depending on how many approaches they own, I might just be able to not necessarily counter, but get rid of all of them. Because countering this, it'll get exiled. I still might be able to win. Because they're going to run out of cards eventually. So the plan is to Syncopate approach when they cast it. Alright. So they have 14. They have 14 mana. I'm going to need to Syncopate for 7, which I should be able to do. So at least 7. Let's see. 4, 7. So that would be 8 total mana. So it'd be those. I could do it for 8. And I don't think there's anything in the format that's going to matter for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My opponent has 7 mana. I'm not insane. So I'll X for 8. Okay, cool. So that's over. So my assumption is my opponent has 2 total approaches. Karn. I mean, yeah, that resolves. Casting Supreme Will doesn't do anything.
I advise that you yield.
This is it's an interesting game. if interesting is waiting for my opponent. I mean, really, I just want to look for Doomfall here. Wait, one of these is exiled? What? Or, I should say, another one of these is exiled? When the heck did that happen? Oh, right, he Doomfalled me, like, super early on. I forgot, this was the same game. Guy, come on. I do have enough mana to Champion of Wits to dig, so I'm probably going to Supreme Will and Champion of Wits. That gives me, like, 8 looks, I think? Right? 4 from Champion, 3 from Supreme, and then 1 on my turn. So that gives me 8 looks out of 24, so I have approximately a 33% chance to find Doomfall. Since I think that I only have 1 left in the deck. Not entirely sure, might have 2, but... Great if my opponent decided to do something. It's possible they only ran 1 approach, which is just, like, not correct if this is their style of game, because, as you can see, 1 counterspell ruins the game plan. And if my opponent is roping me because I countered the spell that would have won them the game after they put me through this 30-minute slog, I feel no remorse, and I hope you've learned the error of your ways, Shin Ian, if that is indeed your real name. Don't come to me with that Bolas approach. I'm the true Bolas here, okay? I'm the one playing God-Pharaoh. I don't need your approach nonsense. I am the approach. I'm the captain now. I'm going on like a psychotic rant because my opponent is roping me, and this game has had nothing like spectacular. My opponent is playing a weird white-black approach deck. And it's really funny, early on I was going to say maybe it's a white-black approach. I didn't say it because I thought it was ridiculous. And now my opponent is roping me. I think that they only run a single approach of the Second Sun. I mean, I hope I haven't disconnected from the game. I would hope that the game would tell me. It usually does a pretty good job of that. So, kind of just sitting here, waiting on Shin Ian. All right, cool. Finally, I guess they walked away for a little bit. You're gonna use your card, or cool? Yeah, it's fine. Use your card. Do you have another approach? You don't. I'm gonna give you a swamp. Yeah, you can move to end of turn. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and Supreme Will. Get a look-see. I mean, I could take Vraska's Contempt. I guess I'll take Vraska's Contempt. What? I didn't realize this was 4, so I'm actually getting more looks than I thought. Liliana doesn't actually help me too much. So yeah, I'll Champion of Wits and hopefully find a Doomfall. And Doomfall my opponent. They have 1 card left. If that 1 card is the approach, it's gonna suck. I got my Doomfall. I'll discard 2 tap lands and play my untapped mountain. And I don't have enough to counter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have enough to counter a second approach. So essentially, if my opponent's last card is approach, I lose. If they only have 1 more approach and it's in their hand, then I think I just win. Keyword is stink. If I had another Wizard's Retort here, then I could have tapped, obviously, differently. I would have made sure to tap differently. And I won a 30-minute game of that nonsense. I hope all of you can feel the pain that I feel right now. Because it's not super easy to give commentary on a game where nothing happens. Against aggro, I can talk about how much I'm dying right now. Against midrange, I can talk about the sweet midrange. I love midrange. I love playing against midrange too, because I can talk about my opponent's playing and how I'm playing and how I have to, you know, answer their threats and then give my own threats and whatnot. Against this, what do you do? What do you do except wait until they have 3 cards left, counter their approach, and then Doomfall them for their probably last approach after they rope you for no reason. I'm not even salty. I'm just baffled. Why anyone would think that was a fun game. Well, even though I'm sure you didn't, I hope you liked the video. Because after that, I'm too tired to record again. To record something else. So, I hope you guys liked it. Go ahead and tap the like button if you did. Add a subscription to your mana pool. Cast a comment in the comment sections down below. And until next time, all will be one. Except for that guy, he's not allowed into the Phyrexian group, alright? Those people aren't allowed.